Privet, Katila, ya, ni хорошо. Actually, I'm actually doing pretty well, to be quite honest with y'all. We're gonna be playing Germany Fascist. I just kind of went straight to it because I kind of just want to get this recording done with me. You know, to be quite honest, I'm doing pretty well. Now, how's Germany doing? I forgot. It's been like a month. Lots of shit's been going down. College, RTC, moving halfway across the country, driving. Just things have been busy. Sorry for the slowdown in things, but they should be good. They should be good. I just kind of doing this in the middle of the night just because why not? It's the weekend and why not, you know? We're popular, that's what matters. I think... Ooh, shut up. Okay, so... Oh yeah, we're the gamers party. What's a good pro gaming move that we could do? I think we've done all the pro gaming moves. We have 2 years left. We're 6 years in, and this is already going to be our 7th year. And yeah, this Democracy series is going pretty famous, to be quite honest. Now, the next 2 episodes are going to be kind of... How do I say this? Kind of weird, because I don't know what else to do. I think we've done everything we can, to be quite honest. So, I don't know what to do, to be quite honest. I think we did everything. We got Patriots at 100, right? That 100% Patriots. No ethnic minorities. Everyone is lukewarm, kind of poor on me. But everyone, I'm having a 99% chance of getting all the votes, so something's going wrong there. Now, I heard also there's a Democracy 4 going out, so I might check that out in a little bit. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? How's the environment looking? How's the environment? Oof. What do we do? What do we do? What's a pro gaming move? We could do game bling. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it, game bling, right? But that wouldn't quite fit with the thing, would it? Now, I am doing... now, as I said, this is a fascist playthrough, but it's actually kind of trolling you all, because it actually isn't. It's kind of more like just regular nationalist playthrough. Not much. And there'll be a pro... You know, we kind of fit with fascism? Not fascism, but, like, you know, like socialist gamers parties. A new car subsidies. You know, like the people's car. Yeah, that could be cool, right? I mean, am I just, like, doing this for aesthetic purposes? Yes, I am. And it's actually pretty good, too. Motorists would like me for this. It only costs a little, but not much, so that's pretty good. That cost a lot of political capital. I think that costs, like, half my political capital. Oosh. That's that. Let's also, let's do vertical farm subsidies. Why? I actually don't know. I haven't played Democracy in a long time. Last time I played was the last time I played Democracy with fascism of Germany. Now, I just don't know what this does. I'm just shooting a shit. See which ones fucking do best. Maybe we'll do like a youth politics council. Does that help youth people? That makes youth people happy. The youth people are pretty unhappy ever since we banned pornography. Hopefully them getting involved in getting in their communities would help them a lot. Do we have the youth people? Yeah, youth club subsidies. Yeah, we got that. So this should help youth a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Maybe not. Maybe it might not overcome their porn, but they'll eventually get to it. So, now that we got the youth thing, what else can I do? What were we talking about earlier, right? A vertical farm subsidies. We'll do that. What will it do? I don't know. Oof, that actually destroys the food price. That'd be fine. Aren't we in a food crisis? Hell yeah. So let's do this to 5 billion. Not all the way, but we'll, just want to be OCD. I just want my OCD to go good. There we go. I don't have OCD. I'm not like one of those, like, girls who are like, oh, yeah, I have depression and anxiety, and I have fucking OCD. I don't tend to do that. I think that's enough for now. Yeah, I don't like that. Especially, I think the biggest thing is, like, depression and anxiety. It's like, they mistaken, like, human emotions. Fucking hell. Yeah, they mistake human emotions with, how's the money looking? How's it looking? Income went down, debt's going down so slowly. Yeah, people mistake, like, average human emotions of, like, sadness and, like, kind of loneliness and, like, kind of anxiousness with, like, disorders of them. Like, yes, being sad, especially not just, like, in the moment, but, like, over, you know, is a natural thing. Like, people don't know this, but to be diagnosed with depression, you have to have it for 6 months. And, a lot of people are sad, and they think they're sad, but that's just human life, to be quite honest. Sad world. Clown world, some could say. So what are some other things? Fuck it, we're taking a carbon tax because we're fucking environmentalists. Now, we're not going to have this too high. We're going to have this at 20%. GDP is going to take a bit of a hit, but just... There we go. Because why not? Now, weren't we going to restructure the workers' codes, the workers' councils, the Soviets, right? What am I doing? GM proposal, we'll get back to you. Fascism is capitalism in decay. I think that's just a World War I slogan. 70 million people. Aren't there 80 million people in Germany? No. How's this affecting CO2 emissions? Bam, there we go. That should be helping the environment. Yep, there we go. So even though our GDP is doing good, right? Yeah, going good. That does not mean anything else. So now that we have surplus, maybe we could like cut people's taxes. I don't know. I don't personally know about this. But let's see. What can we do? Can we restructure this? I think being pro-union is fine. Slightly pro-union. I think that's a fine balance. I mean, you know, it's not really balanced, but now a lot of people have been asking me. Okay, no one's bad asking me this, but one big thing is why the fuck do you have foreign aid? Like, isn't that a non-nationalist thing? Yes, but we're also playing a game. And if we don't have certain things that placate, like, the international community, they'll fuck you up. So, you know, you kind of have a balance of getting elected. And obviously you can't be too pure, but you could be pure enough. Let's kind of think about what we want in this country. Is there anything here that we want? I think death penalty, maybe. Adult education, that actually might be a good one. We'll do that. Because why not? That should be enough. Yeah. Is there anything else here that we, like, kind of started off with? We just never looked at it because we thought we did something with it already? I don't think so. Dude, we have a fucking Mars program. A fucking Mars base. Jesus Christ. That's spending a lot of money. Damn, boy. Damn. Technology's maxed out. Jesus Christ. It's a lot. Maybe fucking look how fucking awesome Germany is. We're goddamn have a fucking German Mars base. We have a person on the moon and like a German space thing. Our military's rebuilt. We annexed Austria. It's not shown here, but we did. We also fucking just we retook the western shore of Poland. Poland got like some of its eastern things back, and everything is well and handy dory. So. Oh, also Luxembourg was taken over. So, what are we doing? Because we have to figure out the time of the day. I guess I'm gonna save up to get the death penalty up, just because it's just some conservative thing. What are some other things we might want? Let me just see. School tax rates, maybe. I don't know. Welfare, maybe compulsory work. I'll think about it. You know what we'll do? Fuck it. We'll do like a fucking state housing program. Now, how's housing? Is there homelessness? Is there such a thing as homelessness? I fucking don't know. Here's the thing. Here's what we're gonna do for state housing. We're halfway through our 7th year here. To celebrate that, we're gonna give every married family who has it their own home. So I think, you know, honestly, in terms of housing, you know, homelessness is a bit of a big problem in the States. I guess it's in most places there's a lot. We'll have a $8 billion housing thing just for, you know, paying for people's houses. I think it'll be fine. So everything sounds fine. Okay, now we're gonna save up. So, ooh, yeah, actually, it's maxed that out too. Alrighty, so yeah, homelessness is a bit of a problem, especially fucking, like, don't go to San Francisco. Don't go to, like, fucking anywhere in California. Or don't go to any city. To be honest, cities depress me. I hear that in Europe they're a lot more shinier and nice, and oh, that's a Disney fucking paradise. Like, people, like, they make fun of the people because it goes Disney. They wanted, like, Soviet brutalist architecture where everyone lives in the crowded slums. You know, I kind of... I kind of like it being fancy and Disney-like. That's the pejorative about it, but, you know, just having a culture to it. I don't want fucking glass, stainless steel, fucking concrete structures. That's fucking, there's no soul to it. But anyway, yeah, housing is a bit of yeah, cities are just depressing. The thing with homelessness people is that, how do you say it? They're a bit of, they're a bit weird. They, obviously, yeah. So to be honest, I may be quite politically incorrect here, but homeless people, they kind of, most of them, like, I think a lot of people romanticize them, like, oh, they just got out of their job. To be quite honest, most of them belong in a mental health institution. And a lot of people don't want to admit that, because last time we had mental ill, before we released them all onto the streets, is that, like, oh, they applied electroshock therapy or whatever, now we can't have any sort of thing at all, which is gay. I think so here's a few things you need to do for housing and to solve homelessness. I'm going to give my opinion. So first, you have to restructure zoning. I would actually abolish zoning. I really don't know why there needs to be zoning law, to be quite honest. Like, you know, now my thing, a lot of neoliberal type people want to like, they want to restrict certain types of housing, like they want to ban single-use, like, single-family homes, which is bullshit. Like, what if I wanted my own house? What if I could afford that, bitch? Like, why not? Like, what? Stupid. But, so I oppose that, but what I do support is, like, you know, hey, I want to take this area and make it into this very compact type of housing. I typically, in my personal opinion, I would not like. It's kind of dystopian in my opinion, but since we're trying to invite like the entire goddamn world into the States, it's kind of like that's why we have such a huge boom in the homeless population, because just people are taking up all the apartments and houses and such. So, you know, I don't know why we need millions, you know, hundreds of millions of people in the States. I don't get it. But oh yeah, that's the other thing: restrict immigration. Loosen zoning law, allow more, more build, and then have a federal investment program to build housing for people, and have some sort of subsidized system for married families, like we just implemented in Germany. Another thing you need to do is put all the homeless people who are mentally ill and drug addicted into a drug, like get them off drugs, and for the mentally ill people, put them in a safe, humane system where they're just kind of like stuck in they shouldn't be out on the streets, is what I'm trying to say. And the other thing, you know, is also you have to crack down on petty crime. You know, it's honestly, it's like, oh, well, why do you matter if there's like little petty crime? Why should you? Because then that's the difference between having a Japanese style system where everything kind of clean, or like maybe in Norway where things are clean. And, your city's, pretty, well run. Even though it's a city, it's kind of, there's a cleanness. It's just a higher level of civilization. It might not be, but then what you have is just a bunch of people melandering around, graffitiing, littering, just shitting on the streets. Fucking sleep. You just have a more trashy civilization. And that also helps. And then, people who generally need something, you put them on a job, because the thing is, a lot of people are like, oh, why don't you just give them housing? Like, oh yeah, we never thought about that before. Just give homeless people housing. Wow, what a great idea. The thing is, most of them are going to turn these like housing into like drug dens and all that. You kind of need to have the right type of homeless people. The homeless people that we usually think of, the people who are just kind of trying to like are on hard times and all that. Alright. A number of large agricultural companies are interested in growing genetically modified food in our soil. Some food can be genetically manipulated to allow for long. Okay. So personally, I allow it because there is no scientific evidence at all showing that GM is bad. It's honestly actually great because then we get more food. And better food and more unique types of food. Now, there is some questions. Yes, there needs to be regulations, but all in all, I do support GM food. Now, in this playthrough, though, is this something I support? To be honest, we're pursuing autocracy or whatever self-sufficiency, so we're going to allow it. We're not that conservative. So 2 more turns, and then we'll be done. Bruh moment. Flash crash? Oh, fuck my ass. Where's that one? Okay, our GDP went down. We're going to be in debt. Watch. Oh, surplus. Okay, that's gonna go away next turn. Okay. First of all, what happened? Okay, we are circuit breakers. We're gonna put some restrictions on that. And we're gonna fucking wait till next turn to execute the bankers. So we're gonna implement the death penalty. So we put some Wall Street regulations, or whatever the fucking German equivalent is. See, it's back. Poverty eliminated. They're just scared to arguments. So yeah, same-sex marriage. So allow it or ban it. It is a travesty. So yeah, ban it. Fuck the liberals. Now I'm kind of yeah, we're on deficit now. Now I am kind of I kind of am how do you say it? Sorry, I'm bleeding. What was I saying? Yeah, I kind of feel. What was I talking about? Fucking bankers and shit. What was I talking? I was like meandering around. Oh yeah, same-sex marriage. To be honest, the current way we view marriage is kind of fucked up in we live in a society, and our society is kind of fucked up with marriage. So right now, as it stands, marriage is just basically saying, look, we're gonna sign a paper saying we super duper uber love each other. And to be quite honest, then there's really no argument against gay marriage. To be quite honest, you could talk about statistics, but there's not really a moral argument against it. To be quite honest, same-sex marriage. But I think if you define marriage a certain way, which is marriage is supposed to be a man, a woman, for the bearing of children. That is the purposes of it. Same-sex marriage isn't. Then you're like, oh, that makes no sense. And obviously, society isn't there to give equal rights. It's there to preserve certain goals. I think we've kind of let this equal rights thing go unchecked. Because then here's the thing, there's honestly, if that's allowed, then people are allowed to marry their sisters. Then I'm not making the slippery slope argument. I'm just saying that what prevents it? Nothing. Because then you're against equal. Well, it's the government has a vested interest in making sure there's no incest babies. It's well, yeah, but the government also has an interest in making sure people are grown up by a man and a woman who need that sort of guidance. Because you need masculine virtues and feminine virtues. You need both, and they kind of fuse together into a actual coherent thing. You can't have pure feminine influence. You can't have pure masculine influence. You need both. And certain men and boys and girls need a little. I guess they need a little bit more based on their sex. Boys need their fathers a little bit more, but they need to have that feminine influence from their mothers just a bit as well. And girls need to have that kind of strong masculine father figure in their lives. If you want to wonder why people call each other, for every girl that I've ever been with, anytime they have some sort of daddy fetish, I swear 100% of the time. It's they have no dad. So, I'm just saying. So, death penalty. What are we doing? Let's do it for homicide and, mass rape. Right? That sounds like a good thing. Personally, the death penalty, I get people's argument that, we get innocent people, but it's to be quite honest, I kind of thought about that, and I get it. But the thing is, the first argument is well, you can't murder people to show that murdering is wrong. It's well, we kidnap people and lock them up for people who kidnap people. I mean, that's not really an argument because the state has certain powers that the individual does not. It can arrest you. It can, take money from you, and yes, it can put you down if you're acting like a complete retard, like murdering people. So that's not an argument. The other argument is okay, they are allowed to, but they take the wrong people. It's not we get the wrong people. I get that, but the thing is that I think it's worse. Let's say you arrest someone, and then you keep them in a cage for 30 years. They're arrested at 20. But after 30 years, once they're 50 years old. They're finally let out because we got evidence that proved them wrong. Now, they're not dead, so we could reverse it, but honestly, I think that's a fate worse than death, to be quite honest with you. And, you know, with new evidence, we're getting better and better at the technology. So, I think the death penalty is something that should be allowed for heinous crimes. Honestly, I could... And there's an argument to be... Now, here's my thing, though. I'm pro in favor of the death penalty for certain very violent people, but I'm against life in prison. That's the thing. I think the maximum you could be sent in prison should be like 20 years. Though, then again, there's a certain section of criminal which isn't death penalty worthy, but it's also not worthy of like alternatives to incarceration, or maybe incarcerated, but like, you know, like it's less than 5 years. Like, you know, let's say, you know, I saw this place where people are like, there's like gangs of marauding Somalis like robbing people of their stuff in all around. It's like there's just certain violent people. Now I understand, like, maybe, you know, I don't know, to be quite honest, criminal justice kind of, but I just kind of know that, you know, there are certain people who are very heinous that should be executed. But I don't think life in prison should be a thing. And I don't think you should be put in prison for such a long time. I think just as long as you get rid of, like, the very bad people, and then just most people who do nonviolent crime or just victimless crimes should either be legal or decriminalized or alternatives to incarceration for them. Honestly, that should be it. Is that the last thing? I think that might be the last thing. I think that's it. So we're going to enter our 8th year here. We're going to save it. Our last year. That was year 7 of Germany. Got a little more political because I didn't want to just... Are we seriously a socialist paradise? Jesus Christ, wow. Well then. Good for us. Everything's going good. We got 76 people. We got everything in our thing. We're going to get 100% of the vote. Looks like year 8 is going to start off in a very, very good point. So let's save this so we could do this next time. There we go. Religious people like it because we got the death penalty. Conservatives like it. We're doing great. We are doing great. Yep. Alrighty. So that was it for this video. Germany is making great progress. We were executing criminals, getting the youth a little up. They're now halfway. They're kind of just neutral on us. Got some things in the environment done to help as we get our GDP risen and all such. Besides that, I think everything's doing good here. I think things are going good. Alrighty. Well, we're on our last year. And we have one more year of us turning Germany great. We've been in office for 7 years, and things are looking up. Farmers are getting helped out. Everything's perfect, to be quite honest. So, yeah, like, favorite, subscribe, and check out my Patreon if you like what you saw here. Aim high, wander on, from America with Russian love.